What's going on YouTube? So if you rewind about 5 years, neither the Kia Telluride nor the Toyota Grand Highlander even existed. Yet today, these are two of the best-selling 3-row SUVs in America.
Which is exactly why we are pitting them against each other today. So which family 3-row SUV is going to give you the best combination of luxury features and practicality? Let's go ahead and find out.
If you have a bigger family or just value having plenty of space, the 3-row midsize SUV segment is where a lot of people are landing. Today's SUVs can be had for about $40,000 on the low end, but the examples we have are loaded, raising the prices to the mid to upper 50s. Now if you're looking to buy one, make sure to head to carconfections.com/newcarquotes to get the best price and access to invoice pricing information. But getting right into the exteriors, you can tell right away that both of them have boxier designs to make them look tougher than they really are. The grilles are rectangular and prominently positioned up front, although the Telluride visually looks wider with its headlights and taillights positioned on the outside edges. Both have relatively limited use of cladding, with matte and piano black finishes. We don't score the appearance of vehicles, but we'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. What we do score are all the various features and differences, so let's get into those. Starting with the headlights, both models feature projector, full LED arrangements, and even LED fog lamps. Walking around the vehicles, you'll notice both feature 20-inch alloy wheels, although lengthwise, the Grand Highlander is the bigger of the two. Of course, we will be comparing all the interior space and dimensions later on in this comparison. In the back, the trend of premium LED lighting continues, and the two models match each other with spoilers, exposed wipers, and the ability to tow up to 5,000 pounds. The mirrors on each crossover feature heating, power folding, and blind spot monitoring. And as far as the other active safety features are concerned, all of them are featured here, even highway assist systems for convenience in addition to helping you avoid crashes. That's going to conclude the outside, so let's move on to the more important interiors. But first,
if you're new here, we're brothers and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We started young, and since then we've reviewed over 2,000 cars at every price point.
No matter what you're looking for, from our long-term vehicle videos to our side-by-side comparisons, we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family.
Let's learn a lot and have some fun with all the latest cars. So walking up to the vehicles, both models have smart entry and remote start systems, but that's where the similarities almost immediately end. Seats are our first discussion point here, where you find a suede and leather combination seat in the Grand Highlander and a quilted Nappa leather seat in the Telluride. Nappa leather is one of the highest grades of leather, so Telluride has the advantage there, and it also gives owners several more adjustments from its power seats. Heating, ventilation, and memory functions are included on both models. Let's fully climb inside and talk about the overall material quality, which we will divide into solidity and material selection since it's a broad category. In both regards, you'll notice an appreciable difference in favor of the Kia. When you press on pieces, there is less flex, and when you do things like slam the doors, the Kia feels rock solid. For materials, the use of extra leatherette and wood-like trim elevates the cabin's premium feel above the mostly basic plastic finishes in the Toyota. Starting them up, you'll be greeted by two fully digital 12.3-inch displays, one tablet style and the other integrated. Both have customizable graphics, or you can just look up at the head-up displays instead. One Kia exclusive is the blind spot camera system. Even though these don't have a luxury badge on the steering wheel, they still have leather wrapping, heating, manual adjustment, and rain-sensing wipers. Now the next major subject to evaluate is interior storage, looking at both the center console and the multi-use cubbies elsewhere. Starting with the console, we performed the signature Car Confections donut test on both of them, and the Grand Highlander fit the max number of donuts, 2 dozen. The Kia trails it by about 13%, or 3 donuts worth of volume. Forward of that, the Toyota includes a larger storage cubby and even a passenger storage shelf. One method Toyota deployed to make that work was switching to an electronic shifter. Regardless of your preference, both display 360-degree camera systems when in reverse. For the climate controls, we have 3-zone automatic systems that have full controls with knobs and buttons instead of in a screen. Alrighty, that brings us to the audio systems, so let's sample them. Technically, the Kia is down one speaker, but it's the one that's up in audio quality. Its Harman Kardon has a more balanced and clear sound that isn't so bass heavy as the JBL. Now moving on to the screens, you might have expected this area to be the same, but that's not the case, outside of the 12.3-inch size. The main thing that is likely to impact your day-to-day is that the Telluride does not use Kia's latest software, meaning that it is still missing wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Outside of that, they both have navigation and all the other basic functions that are expected. Up above, both SUVs include auto-dimming rearview mirrors, HomeLink garage door openers, plus the rear camera ability. Up top, there are large pano sunroofs, divided into 2 panels on the Telluride, and it has a suede headliner just like a luxury SUV. As we move to the back seats and cargo areas, there will be several things that favor the Kia and several the Toyota. Legroom is one of the things that favors the Kia, with about a 7% advantage, although headroom is under the 5% difference required to score a point. Features-wise, they have tons to keep the whole family happy. Both have climate vents, 2 USB ports, and a household outlet. The captain's chairs slide and recline, while also heating and ventilating your booty. The sun can be blocked with the sunshades on the windows. The Grand Highlander has a handy center console with storage and cup holders that can be removed if you don't need them. The space situation reverses when we move to the third rows. Legroom is larger in the Grand Highlander by over 6%, which makes a difference on long trips. Headroom is just about equal again. There are 3 seats with cup holders, vents, and USB connections. So, how much stuff can you bring along with you? Moving to the cargo areas, we see the difference between above average in the segment and class leading. The Kia is above average, but ultimately, nearly tying the Grand Highlander behind the third row is the best it can manage. The space with the third row folded and the second row folded is strongly in favor of the Toyota, by about 11% on the maximum end. Amenities-wise, they are identically equipped with power outlets, manual folding third rows, and spare tires. Only the Telluride has second row seat releases in the rear. But that's it for the interiors. So now let's take them out on the road and see how they stack up there. Some people prefer the simple powertrains, and some people prefer the most advanced options. And that's the dichotomy we have here. The Telluride has a classic 3.8-liter V6 engine, making 291 horsepower, while the Grand Highlander has 3 turbocharged or hybridized options. We have the top option called Hybrid Max, which combines the 2 technologies with a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine. Altogether, it makes a lot more power at 362 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. It is also faster accelerating by a significant margin. There we are, going up to about 60 miles per hour. Now, like we said at the spec dump, no changes to the powertrain situation, which remains a 3.8-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine. Of course, V6s are, kind of a dying breed in this segment. A lot of the big names have transitioned to turbo 4-cylinders, such as, Toyota Highlander and Grand Highlander, the new Traverse, and all the other General Motors variations of that. Those are all using turbo 4-cylinders now. So for a lot of you guys, I think you're going to like having the smooth refinement, of course, of the V6. $60.
It pulls hard.
Yeah. Definitely. From the first time that we experienced this, it really was impressive in terms of power, and throughout the 7 days, it just continues to impress. As far as the transmissions are concerned, we have 8 and 6-speed automatics in the Telluride and Grand Highlander, respectively. Both perform well with their engines, and power is put down via all-wheel drive. Yeah, just so overall smooth. Also, the 8-speed automatic transmission just really works in there nice and smoothly. It's just a nice partner to this overall powertrain.
And I also really like that this Hybrid Max has a traditional transmission. So you may have seen that in our acceleration there. This actually has a 6-speed automatic transmission.
Let's also talk about on-road manners. Both excel here with excellent ride quality that eats up all but the largest bumps. And while neither of them are super sporty, the Grand Highlander pays a bit more attention to mitigating body roll when driving on a back road.
Segment. And also what is impressive is your ride quality with this Telluride. We have been in this car numerous times. We've done probably 15 reviews on Telluride, and I've been nothing but impressed with every single one of them that we've been in. It just has fantastic ride quality overall. When you hit a bump, it does a great job of soaking it up. The seats are super comfortable. The headrest is really nice. I'm enjoying that up here in the front. Overall, one of the best in the segment. I have to say, very, very impressive. I absolutely love the way that they've done the suspension in this Grand Highlander. It soaks up the bumps super well. The seats are very comfortable over long road trips and long periods of time. So you're going to be nothing but happy with this Grand Highlander when it comes to the ride quality, that's for sure.
Here at Car Confections, something we like to do is take sound level readings for all the models we test so that we can compare them. At 55 miles per hour, the Grand Highlander registers just under 1 decibel less noise than the Telluride. Sound level readings are not linear, and the average adult ear cannot register less than a 1 decibel difference, so we won't award points here.
54.4 decibels is what we have settled in at. 53.5 decibels seems to be the number that we have settled in at.
Finally, when it comes to fuel economy, this is where the Toyota's hybrid system really shines. Even with way more power, it gets 7 mpg better combined, plus better city and highway mpgs as well. In our reviews and comparisons, we are also adding in reliability and resale information to give you a better picture of the overall value beyond just the original MSRP. Beginning with reliability, we developed the Combined Reliability Index, which takes into account several studies from trustworthy sources and combines them in a way that gives you a more realistic picture. In this respect, the Toyota pulls ahead as the top brand in the entire auto industry. It is rated 15 slots above industry average, giving it 3 points. Kia is also above average, 6 spots, awarding it fewer points, 1.2 to be exact. Related to that, the Kia has the longer basic and powertrain warranty coverage, but Toyota has 2 years of complimentary maintenance, which Kia does not. We also put Mason's economics degree to work to develop a detailed predicted resale value tool. After 5 years and 60,000 miles, Toyota has one of the highest values in the entire auto industry, at 64.5% expected retained value. The margin between it and the Kia is fairly significant, at 49.02% after 5 years. This still gives the Toyota 3 points. Now let's break down the cost of these two and evaluate how much each model is delivering. Our loaded Telluride is just slightly under $55,000 after some mid-year price tweaks. The Grand Highlander, on the other hand, continues to set the ceiling for price in this segment. It's about $5,000 more expensive at $60,000. Nevertheless, let's account for that price difference using our scale. This will give the Telluride 6 points, as mainstream buyers in this segment are still moderately price conscious. I want to emphasize that if money, reliability, or resale value matter less to you personally, feel free to disregard these points. So there you have it, the objective winner. Do you agree? Well, here are a few things for you to consider when picking your personal winner, and we'll also tell you which ones we would put in each of our driveways. So you should probably pick the Telluride if you want the more premium interior finishes, if you want the traditional V6 engine, and you want extra features kind of all throughout the cabin.
Now, on the flip side, the Toyota Grand Highlander should be your choice if you want the best predicted resale value and reliability, as well as having more space, and it also has an available hybrid powertrain, as you saw demonstrated in this video. And by the way, speaking of those specific categories where both of those models excel, we have a tool on our website at carconfections.com/vehicle rankings that allows you to go through those individual categories and rank based on what is most important to you. That goes for all of the 3-row midsize SUVs out on the market. There are a lot of choices, so if you want to make an informed buying decision, we'd certainly recommend you check that out. You can sort by things such as third row room, cargo space, luxury features, powertrain experience, as well as things like resale reliability and even safety. So if you want to make that best decision for your family, definitely use our tool right there. But which one would be our driveway pick?
For my driveway, I'm going with the Kia Telluride. Just having more features, more luxury, I can take that over top of more space in my current phase of life.
Now, on the flip side, I think I would actually lean towards getting the Grand Highlander, especially if I get the Hybrid Max variant. The reason I say that is because it gets really good fuel economy, and I think in this segment of vehicle, it's really family-oriented, so getting good fuel economy and having a lot of space are the two most important things. Now, if you're looking to buy either the Kia Telluride or the Toyota Grand Highlander or any new vehicle, we'd also encourage you to visit our website, carconfections.com/newcarquotes. The reason you do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealership negotiation. We even have a monthly payment tool, and you can find a link to that in our video description, as well as a pinned comment down below. And guys, that's going to be where we wrap up this comparison video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. By subscribing, you're going to be a part of our family, and we have a lot of fun on this channel. We do a lot of comparisons and car reviews. I promise you won't want to miss out. If you're already a part of our family, thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for your continued support, and we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.